Good evening, YouTube. It is your friend Atticus. How are we? Nah, for real though, how you guys doing? So today's video, I have a Dark Elf versus Lizardmen. So, have a few other videos I haven't got around to posting yet, so I apologize. There's this really cool one with the Dark Elf versus Wood Elf one that I'm excited to do, but we'll get around to it. For today, though, I wanted to show you guys a reliable way of dealing with the Lizardmen. It's not, I'm not gonna say reliable. It was kind of, experimental a little bit, but yeah, it worked out okay. So as you can see here, for my Lord choice, I did take Lokhir Fellheart on top of the Black Dragon, and yeah, I haven't really played that much of Lokhir. He's good. I mean, he does have healing. I don't know. I guess I'm just used to Marathi and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll try him for different videos and experiment more with him and try to find, what's his matchup, what's his meta. So you take him alongside another Black Dragon. For my infantry contingent, I took the Hargenef Executioners alongside Black Orc Corsairs in the middle. So yeah, you have a little bit of anti-infantry, you have a little bit of armor piercing. You also take 2 spears on each side here, and these guys are going to deal with any large. They could go around and try to get some flank attacks. They can help with the front line. So yeah, they're just multi-tool. Also have 1 unit of the Black Guard alongside a couple Dark Shards with shields. So I don't really use those units a lot, but I figured I would try them out. They do have a silver shield, which is very helpful. As you can see right here, 2 Black Dragons, one of them being Lokhir. I like the 2 Black Dragon build. I think it's a lot of fun. As long as you get your breath attacks, it's really important. And also, yeah, 2 units of Dark Riders with shields. These ones are rank 6 with the full silver chevrons. As for my opponent, let's go ahead and start the game here. As for my opponent, you can see here he has brought in 1, 2, 4 units of swords with spears and shields. 1 unit of Temple Guard, which is a really armor-piercing anti-large. He has 2 units of the Bastiladon Solar Engines. 1 unit of Cold One Spear Riders. And he did do a really good sneak attack, which I didn't catch till later on, and it does do a lot of damage. But as you can see right here, he has 4 units of Chameleon Skinks. So, yeah, really good ambush. Didn't really expect this, and it's going to do a lot of damage, as you can see. So right off the bat, I'm going to start just getting my units in position. And what you want to do in a situation like this is to try to get your breath attacks. Now you have to be careful of the Bastiladons with the solar engines. So, try to dodge it, juke it if you need to. But you can see right here, I'm just, coming around to each side right here, trying to make him overreact, trying to see if I can force a mistake out of him. And yeah, we'll try to get a breath attack. So let's go ahead and just fast forward a little bit till something actually happens. So yeah, we're moving in position. You can see right here, I'm kind of just juking left and right, and I'm just hoping that he globs up like he is right here. And we're going to get our first breath attack here, which is going to do, it's just going to chip away a little bit of damage, but it is going to hit both units, which is really good. Now you can see this Black Dragon's going to do the same thing. We're going to get a nice breath attack into these spears here. And this one does a lot of damage, almost half health. So, yeah, keep in mind these breath attacks are free, so it's not costing you any winds of magic or anything like that. Now, he is going to spring his trap on his Chameleon Skinks, which is unfortunate. I am going to kind of overreact. I meant to move just 1 unit, but I end up putting my whole army out of formation. But it is going to, these guys are going to turn to face, which means they'll get their silver shield. The Chameleon Skinks do have, I think, like a 40% missile resist, so, they're not going to take a lot of damage from the AP of these units, but, it's okay. As you can see, in a situation like this, the best idea, or the best thing to do, is take a spear unit or a bleak swords or something like that, just to screen them out. These guys won't catch them, but they'll chase them away. And yeah, it'll make them waste our ammo, since the dread swords, the dread spears do have silver shields. Yeah, so we're going to be dealing with that. He is going to start moving up his Bastiladons to do a little early damage, I'm assuming. So let's go ahead and just fast forward it here. There's a lot of positioning on these big maps here. So yeah, we're just going to be screening out those chameleons. I'm going to start getting my 2 dragons to regroup with my army. And what I'm hoping to happen is, you can see there was another breath attack right here. And it did a little bit of damage on the spear units. I ideally want to come in from the side. Otherwise, you're going to, miss a lot of them when they're moving. But I do see that he has 2 units right here that are totally exposed. So I don't want to juke him, or I don't want to scare him. I'm going to send my 2 Black Dragons over here and hopefully come around and deal with those 2 guys. Over on this side, you can see that I have, like I said, I kind of overreacted. I had 1 unit, chasing these guys. Over here, I had my Dark Riders. They did catch up with these chameleons. But yeah, my whole formation is just all screwed up, as you guys can see. Over on this side, you can see that the Dark Riders are chasing off these guys. And now that we've kind of like stabilized, I'm going to regroup my formation, and I'm going to send my 2 Black Dragons in to deal with these guys. So my opponent wasn't paying attention, or he didn't really think that I would come in to try to juke these guys. But yeah, they're totally exposed, which is going to allow me to have my Dragons just come in. And before these guys can even come to reinforce it, I'm going to be able to get some really good early damage in. So as you can see, like I said, I'm starting to regroup, get my formation. We've dealt with the chameleon skinks for the most part. They're getting chased away, or they're getting, wasting their ammo on, bleak swords and things like that. We did catch this one unit over here, so yeah, overall, he sprang his trap and we survived it. It was a little bit sloppy, granted, I'll admit, but yeah, right here is a really good catch. So the 2 Black Dragons, Lokhir on top of one, and you can see just how quick that we're, chipping away at these guys' their health. All at the same time, now that I've dealt with a few of these skinks, I'm starting to regroup my army, and we're going to send them in here pretty soon. Opponent is going to send a unit of Cold One Speared Riders to try to protect these guys, which is smartly I'm going to like pull my units away. That's an engagement I don't want to get, just because if they were to get caught down, then the spears could come in and assist, and I could end up losing my units. So I should be moving my army, my infantry formation up here now. Now that his chameleon skinks are dealt with, let's go ahead and just look and see. So yeah, we've escorted one off the map. We've wasted all the ammo of this one right here. This one still has a lot of ammo. It's at half health, and yeah, same with this one. But he's used a lot of his ammo too. So there's a few threats still, but for the most part, I feel like the trade's been pretty in our favor. You can see 2 breath weapons are going to come, and yeah, just whenever he's grouped up, we're just doing that free damage. And what that's going to do is when the infantry lines do collide, it's just going to make it that easier for my units to do the damage they need to. So yeah, opponent is going to start coming back in with these chameleon skinks. What I'm trying to do with this one unit of dread spears is just same thing, just to be a screening maneuver and waste ammunition. You can see these bleak swords now are going to come in here and try to deal with these guys. I am going to face them towards the actual chameleon so that they'll get the 55 missile resist. And yeah, now we're going to start descending our men in here. So the thing about this game was like it was a little bit sloppy for both of us. Both of us, especially with these big maps. Formations were broke, and this is kind of a mistake too. You can see right here that I'm sending one unit ahead of everybody else. Ideally, you'd want to maybe slow this unit down and try to get them to all go in at once. But he's grouping all his men up here, so it's forcing some of his guys back, and now we're going to start colliding here. So I am going to use my dark shards to start focusing on the Bastiladons. Over here, I'm going to try to get a surround with the Black Guard. I'm going to try to have them go around, which you'll see. And yeah, my opponent is going to cast the shield thing here. It's going to give a little bit of ward save to his units. And yeah, I'm going to send Lokhir in to deal with this Bastiladon. Over here, the Harkonnens Executioners are trading with the Temple Guard and Saurus Warriors. And yeah, our front lines are finally collapsing. Murderous Mastery is going to proc, which is going to give a nice little boost to my units. You can see right here it gives melee attack, charge bonus, armor piercing, all of that. So it's just going to make it that much more effective for my units to attack. Over here you can see that my Dark Riders, my spears, we pretty much just wasted the whole effect of those chameleon skinks. He really needed those guys in here dealing with more dangerous units. Like imagine 4 units of chameleons dealing with my Harkonnens Executioners, or my what are they called, the Black Guard. Over here you can see the Black Guard finally has made it around, but he is going to start shooting in with his Bastiladon, which is it's a good choice. But we have the initiative. We've dealt with his front line. A lot of his units are broke, and you can see that my dragons are just keep landing in on here, doing the damage. We are going to break this one unit of Bastiladon solar engine. We're going to break it. We're going to kill it with my my Lord. Over here you can see that this Black Dragon is fighting spears. I probably should pull him out and just keep cycle charging, which I'll do here shortly. My opponent wasn't paying attention, so I started shooting in with my dark shards, doing a little early damage. These guys do have shields, but yeah, look how much damage we're doing before he even has a chance to land these guys. And I think he was being patient, trying to wait for an opening with the dragons. But yeah, it's going to allow me to do a little, opponent is going to cast a banishment here. I think he was trying to clip the edge of these Black Guard. He did a little bit of damage, but they were moving, so it kind of kept them from taking too much damage. And over here, the Goon Squad is going to get into these guys right here. So yeah, Lord Moros Damani is he's in a lot of trouble, surrounded by Black Ark Corsairs, 2 dragons. Over here, his Temple Guard, who are supposed to be the the protection force for him, or they're in battle with the Hargonef Executioners. He did get a harmonic convergence that was raising the melee defense and attack for those guys, but yeah. Opponent is going to cast a really good overcasted net right here. It's going to keep these 2 dragons in place, and you can see he's trying to regroup. He's trying to get his units in, he's trying to get Lord Mazdamani into these spears. But yeah, I'm just focusing in. It's going to cause these guys to rampage, which is yeah, it's really good for me. And we're just sending my forces here to just to clean up. We're trying to keep him separated. We don't want him getting regrouped into his protection force. So I don't know if that makes sense, but you know what I'm trying to say here. The Black Dragoon Squad is going to land in on Lord Mazdamani. And yeah, I mean, just look at that charge bonus. He's just taking a lot of damage. He's totally exposed, and balance of power, as you can see, is strongly in my favor. So if you look out, yeah, these chameleon skinks were out of commission. We've broke all his forces, and yeah, it's another win. So let's go ahead and look at the in-screen breakdown here. Try to look for the keys of my success. So starting with my opponent's build, this was a really good. I like this build a lot, but it's really reliant on getting those chameleon skinks and doing as much damage as you can with them. I did overreact at first. You saw that with my forces, kind of having them all chased it, but we were eventually able to stabilize and just use the few spearmen and the dark riders to deal with them. For my build, the 2 black dragons, like I said, it's always relying on the breath weapons. I mean, if you're going to do the 2 black dragon build, you need to get all 3 castings of the breath weapon out, and you need to make them count. Look at this one unit of dark riders here, got 121 kills. That's not something you see every day, but yeah, I mean, they work. They were able to screen out the chameleons. The Hargonef Executioners were able to, go through the Saurus, and the Blackguard, they were kind of wasted. I tried, taking them around the back there, but my opponent was, they're really slow. He was able to hit them with the Bastiladons, and I don't know. But overall, guys, the build worked. I hope you enjoyed that one. It was, like I said, it was a little bit sloppy, but I thought it was kind of cool just to show. You don't always have to be scared to take dragons against the lizardmen. I know they have a lot of anti-large, but yeah, sometimes it could work. So, alright, I hope that wasn't too sloppy. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's Atticus, and I'll see you next time.